What's up, everybody? I'm still like a kid in a candy store with this air ride. I'm just having all kinds of fun with it. Welcome back this week to Austin's Automotive. Anyhow, though, we're going to get the air ride finished up this week. If you didn't see us getting the airbags mounted and all that good stuff, make sure to go back and check out that episode. Make sure to subscribe, tell your friends. Really appreciate everybody's support. Really trying to grow this channel. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. Let's dive into it this week, guys. Alright, so the plan here is, if you haven't ever been around El Camino, they got these little cubby holes up here. And we're going to, these got some pretty good ribs in them for strength here. So I don't necessarily see why we need this brace in here. I can see why the factory put it in there, you know. People were probably overloading these back in the day. You know, we're not going to, so I really don't think this needs to be in here, and we can get it out of our way for our air tank to fit down in here. So I'd really like this bad boy to, these ports are kind of angled, you know, if you set her flat, they're kind of angled. So this panel here is also kind of angled. I'd like to mount that there. Like to mount that down in there, tuck her down just a little bit further, but we need to get that panel out of there first. So, lots of different ways to do this. Looks like it's just spot welded into me though. I think that's going to be the easiest and cleanest, so we'll just drill the spot welds out and pop that out real quick. Tough to get everybody in here and me and all this stuff. Anyhow, as you can see, I kind of rearranged her around, got her in here. We got that brace out. I think this is where it's going to fit best, and we can sneak that compressor back there. I kind of got her elevated here a little bit, and I was looking underneath where we can pop our air lines through. We got a pretty good spot here, so I think this is how we're going to do her. So pretty simple, air tank set and flat, so we're just going to mark our 4 holes, drill those. Doesn't look like we're going to hit anything underneath. And then here on our air compressor, it comes mounted to this nice little flat plate. So I'm just going to clean it up and clean up a little spot down there. I think I'm going to tack weld these nuts on, that way if we ever want to pull this off, the nuts are already welded. Weld that straight down in there, call it good. We'll drill a hole down here for our air lines and electrical and all that good stuff. Got us a grommet, so should be good to go. Alright, so I hit everything with a little bit of seam seal, undercoat, got her all welded up, everything's mounted. Did have to make a couple trips to town, seemed like, try to get everything I needed. Still waiting on a couple things, but we can proceed today. We got our relief valve here, pressure relief valve. We're not gonna need those, so just plugged them. We got our drain for the bottom, and looks a little goofy, but you know, it's pretty tight getting in here, draining it, and I don't know, I thought this was going to be the best way. You can get to it from the underneath. It's really not in the way, so that's what we're doing. Then we got our shut off for our air pressure, for our compressor, and you know, our air coming in, air coming out, all that good stuff. I do got a gauge on order to pop in here, and then I got a one-way check valve to our supply to our bags. So that's coming, but we can proceed today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all this stuff pipe threaded up and go ahead and throw the compressor in. We'll plumb her up and hopefully we can kind of test her out. That was tight, guys, but just kind of wanted to show you that's what we got coming through the floor. Well, it's been a crazy couple days, but we're back on her. We got our gauge, and we got our check valve, one-way check valve, and we got these tiny little batteries for a remote. So we're gonna get this thing going today. So we just got to thread tape these babies up. This is our kind of control valve. I'm not 100% sure how all this works yet, but we're gonna figure it out. So let's keep moving. up. It's fairly simple, really. We just got our... Actually, I'm gonna bring you guys in here. All right, we got her hooked up. So I got her air compressor hooked up. I didn't show you guys this before. This is a 1/8 inch pipe thread to 1/4 inch pipe thread adapter. I tried going straight into this air compressor, but it's got some funky metric, I don't know, overseas threads anyhow. So I just ended up putting that on there and just welding her right to it. So that gets us to that. So we got our air coming in. We've got our pressure switch. So we've got our compressor going to one side of it, and then our other side's going to our battery. And we've got our grounded. For our air lines, I did blue on the front and black on the back. Not that it really matters, it just helps me. So we've got our one-way check valve. We're coming over to our control block here, and it's kind of labeled in and out. And then 1 and 2, so that's our front and our rear. So I've got our front and it just wires off to both. Same with the rear. We've got some extra ports back here I got plugged, and then we've got our gauge port there. So, and then it's all just kind of tacked up to the battery here, but let's see what she does. This is our remote. We're gonna have to obviously build some air pressure, so we'll build some air pressure and see what it does. So it's kind of noisy, but I think we can sound deaden that area. And, well, I think about any of them are going to be noisy. We got all the air lines run. You can kind of see our wiring, pretty simple. It just goes to our kill switch there. Then we've got our little controller for our up down. That's what this little brain box is. Pretty simple, just you know, red to hot, black to ground. Then we've got our air gauge here, the greens for your dash light, and then power, ground. Pretty simple. So really this is kind of brainless to do, but anyhow, let's check her out here. Here's our gauge. So as you can see, it's working. Not for sure if our compressor is going to work out. She's really getting slow on me. And I don't know if that's our battery, or I think we need to upsize that little line there going to our tank. I think that's kind of a must. I didn't think that went all the way through. Definitely think we're gonna upsize that. Everything else I'm pretty happy with, but our air compressor is definitely not keeping up, so we got to figure out what to do there. Look into that a little bit. But hey, it's working overall. I mean, got to say that. So, all right. So I just checked voltage, and our battery's only at 7 volts, so that really explains why our compressor's slowing down. So yeah, overall, it's working. We'll get this mocked up in our console, all that good stuff. But I mean, pretty happy. The concept works, guys. We did it on a budget, really a pretty good budget. Try to get a little bit of a list and the details of what we got here, see if we can't put that up. Anyways, I think the only other thing we need to do is maybe upsize that line and you know, keep a good 12 volts on our battery. We'll figure out where we're gonna mount this box here. Once we get it mounted, then I'll shorten up all of our air lines. And I have not sealed any of these or tightened them, actually. They're just kind of finger tight. So you can hear we're losing a little bit of air out of that. So that doesn't help things easier either. So yeah, it's coming along. Well, I don't know how this episode's gonna turn out. Probably a little messed up. It's a short one, I'm sure. Sorry about it, guys. Last week was a mess. We missed it. We had a little small procedure, went just fine, but you know, it did take a couple days, and then, you know, family, and we listed some stuff on swap, whatever. Life just gets in the way, guys. Next week we'll really push on her a little bit more, see if we can't get a little more done. But you know, overall I'm happy. We got it working, it's done, it's working. I think with a good battery we wouldn't have as much problems with the compressor, and I think we'll upsize that line. I think under here's pretty good, so I think we're gonna put a done stamp on this. Oh, we got a limiting strap. We'll get that one on the next one. We gotta put a limiting strap on the back. It's not really too big of a deal, but we'll get that done. I'll make sure to show you guys that. I did get some belts. So yeah, we gotta do that, but yeah, I think next time we'll start cruising in on the interior, and we need to get the bodywork a little closer. But really appreciate you guys following along and doing all that, supporting. Make sure to subscribe, tell your friends, like, share, all that good stuff. But we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate it. See y'all.